right, so we are here with Bradley Rubin from Alec Bradley at PCA 2022. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
Always. My pleasure.
So the publication, ATF Magazine, just launched on July 4th. A big part of what we're doing with the content is being able to introduce people that either just started smoking cigars, have been smoking cigars for 50 years, or don't smoke at all,
Right.
to the industries and to the brands. And we think a great way to start doing that is by meeting the brand.
Right.
And so tell me a little bit about Alec Bradley, how you guys got started.
Okay. So the backstory in the simplest form is we were started in 1996, just a year after I was born. Started by my father, Alan Rubin. He decided to name the company after me and my older brother, Alec. And, it took him a while to kind of get things rolling. Certain, cigars that he was coming out with at the beginning. First one was called Bogey Stogies, the best bogey you'll have on the golf course.
Okay.
That did not do well. Then it was Gourmet Delights, I think was what it was called. All the flavor, none of the fat, flavored cigar.
Okay.
Did not do very well. And then we kind of got the ball rolling. There was a cigar that we still make, our oldest cigar called Occidental Reserve, made at the Davidoff factory, named after the factory Occidental.
Okay.
So that was really kind of what got my father's foot in the door. And then we had cigars like Max, which we still make today, American Classic, Sun-Grown, but then really what got us known was Tempest. Was really what put us on the map, and then eventually led to Prensado, which kind of changed our company forever.
Perfect.
Yeah, and getting number one by Cigar Aficionado. Sorry to throw out some
you're good.
some other names, but that was really what launched us. And even though those were the cigars that people knew us for, our best-selling cigar has always been Black Market.
Okay.
And we have not gotten good ratings, I think, by anyone for that cigar, but that's our best-selling cigar. And
what do you think that cigar's doing differently, or why do you think the market's taking to it, but the reviews aren't?
I don't know. I think people look at it sometimes as like a gimmick. Like It comes in this like rustic, like off the box or off the truck like box, that like in like a crate style. And I don't know. I think it was just different and unique packaging that caught people's eyes. And then when the cigar does perform, to me, it's I think our most flavorful cigar that we make. I think performs better than any other cigar. It's actually not one of my favorite cigars that we make, but looking at it in like an unbiased way, I think it's one of the best cigars that we make as a whole.
Right.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So the brand Alec Bradley, you have stuff ranging from that to, I believe, the highest price point, and the rarest you do is the fine and rare.
Correct.
You said the biggest seller is the Black Market.
Biggest seller is Black Market.
Are you seeing that same audience gravitate towards the higher price stuff, or do you see your brand being a good middle entry point?
People, I think when you're attached to a brand, if they are Alec Bradley fans,
right,
even though it may be out of their comfort zone in terms of price, they still want to try it just to see what it's like. I know when I'm buying cigars from brands I like, I'm like, yeah, this is what I smoke from you regularly, but when something comes out, I'm like, do I want to spend $20 on a cigar? Like, what if I don't like it? But I don't know. You do it just to see and experience, and if you don't like it, it's unfortunate. But if you like it, it's awesome. When you smoke a $20 cigar that's worth it. Yeah, there's no better feeling.
Those are great.
Right.
So you guys are based out of Florida.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. Do
you have a factory, or do you go through and work with? How would you say it? Just contract?
Yeah, it's contracting, but we don't look at it like that. I don't know. The word contracting just...
I don't know what the word would be.
Yeah, I don't know what other word to use.
Collaborating.
But we work with 5 different factories. So we work with Plasencia, both of their Honduran and Nicaraguan factory. We work with Jesus Fuego in Nicaragua. He makes our Project 40 Natural in Maduro.
Okay.
And then we work with Raíces Cubanas, which is made Prensado, Tempest, Coyol. But that is more of like a collaboration where we're kind of more intertwined than just contracting.
Right.
So we make up a lot of their production. And then the last is Davidoff. They make our Occidental bundle. And we used to work with Ernesto Perez Carrillo, and we had to move Gatekeeper from his facility.
Okay. Gatekeeper's I think my favorite for the price point, the Corona.
Right.
That's perfect.
It's the best.
So, are you guys releasing a new product at PCA? And if so, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Double broadleaf.
Double broadleaf.
Tell me about this cigar.
So, I've been wanting to use broadleaf for a few years now. Some of my favorite cigars use broadleaf.
Okay.
Liga obviously is a legendary cigar. Tabernacle is one of my favorite stuffs from Foundation. So I've been wanting to use broadleaf, but also broadleaf is so difficult to get right now.
Sure.
So we bought seeds from Connecticut broadleaf, and we grew it in Honduras. And a couple years later, we got double broadleaf because when blending the cigar, I knew what I wanted, and after doing the blend a few times, we weren't getting enough of the flavor. So I was like, I'm still learning about all this. So I'm asking my father, Alan, and our vice president, Ralph. I'm like, can we do like a broadleaf binder? Does that make sense? And they're like, yeah, we could do that.
Right.
And we did, and it worked out perfect. We did a couple more blend changes, and the cigar, I think,
phenomenal.
Thank you. I think it's our most full body product that we have. We usually play in the medium to full range, so I think going, full, kind of
super smooth though.
Yeah.
And so when I've talked to people that haven't smoked cigars or are pretty new to it, I've almost pointed them towards more full flavor, not too spicy, not strong, but full body.
Right.
So a lot of times you have a cigar that it might be smooth, it might be refined, but you're like, I want more of it. And for a new smoker, offering kind of a fuller experience that's not going to knock their socks off is a good.
No.
So in your line, where do you think new smokers should start? Or what advice would you give to people who don't smoke cigars or are just starting out?
I mean, I always recommend going to light. I think that's the best way to go about it if you're a new smoker or literally never smoked a cigar in your life. Start with light, and if you find that you don't like it, then start moving up. Go to medium shade, go to medium strength, medium body, and and then eventually just try everything.
Right.
And don't listen to anything that someone else tells you about cigars. That's my number one recommendation. Coming from the person that's recommending you something.
Okay.
Don't actually listen to anyone. Like, don't let anyone tell you that a cigar is good or bad, because it doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It just means it's bad for them. So.
Well, we'll keep it short. I want to introduce the brand. If you guys need to do a family photo and Alec's not here, let me know. I can be the Alec to your Bradley.
You can be the Alec to my Bradley.
But before we leave, Alec and Bradley.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Sure.
So you have Alec Bradley.
Right.
Which was started by your dad.
Yes.
Named after you guys. And then there's Alec and Bradley.
Very confusing.
How does that work at a show like this? Is Alec and Bradley represented at PCA? Or are you guys tucked away into Alec Bradley?
We're tucked away into Alec Bradley. Like, we don't brand ourselves like in the booth doing Alec and Bradley.
Sure.
But our products are still here. Blind Faith, our first cigar, second Gatekeeper, and third Kintsugi are all available here to purchase.
Right.
But yeah, we're just under the umbrella that is Alec Bradley.
Do you guys have anything new coming?
No.
No?
No. But we do have something else that is here.
Okay.
Two other new things. We did a size extension on Project 40 Natural and Maduro 770s, your favorite.
Yep.
And also we did PCA exclusive 1,000 boats of 4-packs. So instead of the story of, we found these old cigars lying in the factory and they've been aging for 100 years.
Right.
We found old bands in our warehouse that we purchased a long time ago, and we no longer make these cigars.
Okay.
So we just brought back the cigars for PCA, only 1,000 packs. So one cigar is called Select Cabinet Reserve. And you're happy that you didn't find the cigar aged, because I found one aged and it tasted awful. So
you just got to smoke them new, or what? You said that lost flavor with age, or what happened with that?
I don't know. It gained a new flavor of awfulness. Like I found these cigars. I was like, oh man, I've actually never had one of these. I found them at a shop in Connecticut, and they have all these old cigars.
Right.
And I was like, oh, let me get one of these SCRs. It says SCR instead of Select Cabinet Reserve. And I couldn't wait to smoke one. I got home, I smoked one. I was like, am I allowed to curse?
Go for it.
It tastes like dog shit. It was awful. And so I gave one to my brother, being like, when we were doing a podcast on camera, like, you got to smoke this old cigar on camera.
Right.
I didn't tell him that it tasted awful. So
did he have the same experience?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So sorry, I went off track. So
No, you're good.
SCR, Sanctum, which was discontinued about 5 or 6 years ago. So it still has like our new branding with the crown. Vice Press, which was an offshoot of a box pressed Max, with a little bit of a blend tweak. And then the last one is Max Connecticut.
Okay.
So 3 of the bands have our old logo on it. So
Okay.
those are the bands that we found in our warehouse.
Are you selling those to shops at PCA, or
Yes.
you just have them here to sample?
No, none to sample here. But these are PCA attendee exclusives.
Okay.
So you can.
Very cool.
You have to be here to buy it. If you're a part of PCA and you're not here, you can't buy it.
Okay. I'll have to figure out how to get a hold of some of those.
I'll figure something out.
All right. Very cool.
I know a guy.
Me too.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah.
We'll definitely use this and try to introduce your brand to our audience, and I think they'll love it. So
Thank you very much.
very cool. Thank you.